Pinoy tayo syempre, di ba? Magaling talaga pag Pinoy, mabusisi, matyaga.
Magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Narito na naman ako ngayon, si Audra, sa ating One Studio Podcast. Lahat ng tao may istorya, lahat ng tao may kwento. At ngayong gabi, makakwentuhan natin ng isa sa mga sikat na negosyo dito sa Australia. Hindi ko na masyadong papatagalin, hayaan kong siya yung magkwento ng kanyang negosyo. Ang ating guest ngayon, ang ating makakwentuhan, si Kristine. Kristine, kamusta?
Hello, Audra. Mabuti naman. Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Diretso na agad tayo sa kwentuhan natin. Alam ko na busy kang masyado. Siyempre, yung mga bisita natin, hindi nila masyadong kilala si Kristine. Bigyan mo naman kami kwentuhan mo naman kami ng konting istorya ng buhay ni Kristine. Saan siya nagsimula, saan siya galing.
Yes. Buhay ni Kristine Navarro. Thank you for asking. I was born in Manila, Philippines. Raised and in Quezon City most of my life. So, ako nag-aral hanggang kolehiyo. After graduation, nagtrabaho ako sa bangko sa Pilipinas. It's bangko para sa mga veterano.
Oh.
Yes, that bank is called Philippine Veterans Bank. So, it's a bank for World War II veterans. So, I'm just so privileged to be a grandchild of a World War II veteran. Yes. Trivia. Yes. And then, so I've spent my career as an HR professional there with some quality management stuff. So I worked there for about 7 years before I got married and have a child.
Oh.
Yes.
Ay, pagdalaga ka pa.
Mukha bang dalaga pa? Yes, and so in the bank, that's where I really learned a lot and honed my skills to become an HR professional. Everything from being people-oriented, customer service, pagiging meticulous sa proseso, and yun nga yung how I execute things sa trabaho. So that's where I got all those.
So from there, punta ka na ng Australia?
No.
Sige, kwento mo lang.
Yes, since my husband is a software engineer, so it's his career na talagang pang ibang bansa. Okay. I was a working student when I was in the bank. I was working full-time in the bank, and then at night time, I was a full-time law student.
Pinagsabay?
Yes, pinagsabay. So, parang zombie. Every day. So, 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. in the bank, and then 7 p.m., usually 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sa school. Mag-recitation, papagalitan ng professor, na terror, puyat, and then exam. So, that's my life for, kasama yung 7 years doon. So, I finished until 3rd year in law school, until that was the time na I got married, I had a child, only one child, and then career-wise, syempre we thought of the future. There's
na kayo dito?
Hindi pa. Sa Singapore pa.
Singapore kayo?
Actually, before Singapore, we went to Malaysia muna for a year. So, from Malaysia, then syempre, it's the first time that my husband worked abroad. So, in Malaysia, that's where you open up your mind to a lot of opportunities.
Kasama ka rin sa Malaysia?
For a time, but not the whole time. So, I was studying back in the Philippines while he was away. But when we visited him there, so we stayed for a few months, then we realized, there's Singapore pala.
So from Philippines to Malaysia,
then,
now Singapore.
Yes. So we're very blessed pagdating sa career kasi my husband was able to find a job in Singapore while he was in Malaysia. So doon, and then we thought na Singapore have more opportunities Especially that time we were raising a family.
Oh, may baby ka na.
May baby na kami noon. He was 1 year old. He just turned 1, so turning 2 na during the process. And then, so we decided to... It was really a big leap for me because I have to leave law school.
Okay,
Yes.
kasi third year.
Yes. So, kumbaga, 1 year na lang, I will graduate. Then after that, take my review and then bar exam. So, it's a good, I think, 2 years more. But, sabi nga nila, opportunities knocks only once. Sometimes.
So, nag-move.
So, we decided to, okay, our leverage there kasi is yung, where do we want to raise our child? Would it be in the Philippines, in Malaysia, or somewhere else? So, we saw Singapore, and then we saw how, rich yung culture doon, yung career na pwede mong makuha doon. So, we chose Singapore. But that time, when we were in Singapore, we don't really know that much because it's our first time to go there.
Kumusta yung mga unang linggo, buwan,
Yeah.
taon doon?
So, sa Singapore kasi, when we first went there, parang Pilipinas lang siya.
Dahil mga Pilipino.
Oo, ang daming
Mainit
Pilipino. Very humid. Tapos, madaming shops ng mga Pilipino. Everywhere you go, may Pilipino. You can hear them talking. So, parang you're just at home. Alam mo yon. And then, syempre, Singapore, the locals, we have a lot of, rin naman, like, people in the Philippines na with Chinese descent, like them. So, very relatable talaga yung yung way of living doon, very relatable sa Philippines.
Hindi kayo masyadong nanibago ni Mr.
No, not really. It's more on nanibago lang when it comes to work.
Oh, kasi doon, puro work talaga.
Yes, iba doon. Iba yung, there's a similarities at some point, but generally speaking, iba yung work environment in Singapore. Because, syempre, sa Singapore, iba rin yung kultura sa work culture. Wala masyadong politika. Unlike in the Philippines, hindi may iwasan talaga yon. Syempre, in the Philippines, tayo we tend to treat each other, kahit na workmate mo, as family, di ba? So, at some point, merong, sabi nga, minsan may utang na loob factor.
Padrino.
Yeah. So, sa Singapore, walang ganun-ganon. Wala naman masyadong ganon. Talagang work lang, do your best, and then talagang you have to be skilled enough or competent at least, to execute your job para magustuhan ka nila.
Ilan taong kayo dun sa Singapore?
In Singapore, kasi the first year pa lang namin sa Singapore, we already parang, of course, we're very futuristic kasi if you have a child, di ba, you think of the future talaga. So, first year pa lang, syempre gusto namin na paano ba tayo maging permanent dito, di ba? Okay. Yung long-term plans mo. But we discovered eventually along the way that it's not that easy. Or I must say, it's very difficult at that time na. That was 2012 to 2013.
Para maging permanent
Resident. So that you can get all the perks of a PR or a citizen eventually. Yun. So, first year pa lang, we are, there are talks already that we have to move to a better place. Kumbaga, if not equal, but a better place for us in terms of security para sa family. So, we thought of, starting the research, what are the options. So, we use my husband's occupation para so that we can know kung ano ba yung options namin. So, there came Australia and Canada and US. But Australia and Canada yung mas feasible for us.
So, first year pa lang to na Singapore kayo?
First year pa lang. But in total, so the next year, we started to, to make a decision. Do we want to move or not?
O, tapos mamimili na kayo kung saan nyo gusto.
Yes, we start doing all the documentary requirements. Syempre, nandun na. Syempre, you're in Singapore, so minsan may NBI clearance, mga ganyan, police clearance. So, that's where the family helped a lot that time kasi we have family back
NBI.
home. Mga ganon, yung mga transcript, yung mga ganon. So, yun. That was the second year. ayos-ayos lang din taking IELTS, ganyan, and researching kung ano ba. Kasi we did not have any migration agent.
Okay, lahat yung Luis.
It's a do-it-yourself thing for us. But look, kung matyaga ka lang, masipag ka lang talaga magbasa, and intindihin lang yung mga nandun, hindi naman siya ganun kahirap. Kasi ang galing nga like just look it up online in emi.gov.au. That time, ngayon Home Affairs na ata. Oo. So everything is there.
Tapos, nag-apply na kayo. Kailan to? 2000?
Yeah, so 2014 mga November, nag-lodge na kami ng expression of interest. Was that November? Yeah. And then, soon enough, na-invite naman kami agad sa Australia. Pero yung Canada...
Paano yung Canada?
Oo, nag-lodge din, pero wala, hindi kami pinansin. Siguro sabi nila...
Para dito ka sa...
Parang hindi nyo kakayanin ng lamig.
So, nagpunta na kayo dito?
So, yes. So, we came in Sydney first because fortunately, we were granted a 189 visa. It's an independent skilled visa. So, you can choose which state you want to go. So, we have never set foot in Australia. So, the only thing that came up to our mind is either Sydney or Melbourne. But Sydney is more popular if you're someone who haven't been there.
Laging pag sinabing Australia.
Sydney. Di ba? And good thing, I have this classmate in high school who I know na is residing in Sydney.
Oo. So,
Yes.
malaking tulong pala yun.
Yes, because I kind of like talked to her a lot before we moved in Australia.
Yung information.
Yes, nakakatulong siya talaga that you know someone at least, di ba, na nakatira na sa Sydney. And in fact, they were the ones na sumundo sa amin sa airport, tapos pinasyal kami. So, yun. And then yung first day pa lang namin, pagdating pa lang namin dito sa Sydney, pinasyal na niya kami the whole day. So, we first went to Bondi Beach.
Oh, sikat na beach yan sa Sydney.
Oo. And it's our first time there. So, yung ambience nun, I have never seen a beach like that in the Philippines. Kasi hindi pa naman ako nag-travel abroad. Except for Malaysia and Singapore. So, it was I can say na exhilarating it for me.
Oh.
Kasi, syempre, Bondi Beach yan di ba? So, ayun, nakakatawa talaga when we first arrived. It was winter also. So, first time that I have and my family experience winter.
Malamig.
Yes. Sobrang lamig that time, lalo na sa beach area, di ba? Sobrang
Winter
lamig.
na, nag-beach ba kayo?
Yeah, and then yung damit namin, hindi naman taga pang winter. So, yun.
Bakit pa kami nagpunta pa dito?
Oo nga sabi ko, ba't mo kami dinala dito? But it was really a fun day. Tapos tinuruan niya kami how to set up yung sa mobile phones.
Oo.
Basics, di ba? When you arrive in Australia. Bank account, open a bank account, go
TFN.
to, TFN, Centrelink, ano pa ba, Medicare.
Medicare.
So, yun yung mga bagay, di ba?
Saka yung paano mag-travel.
Yes, oo. Yung sa commute, pag magko-commute ka, di ba? And then how to buy a car, ganyan. Get a license, a driver's license, yun. So, all the basics, tinuruan niya kami. That was very helpful talaga.
Iba yung
So,
may
yun.
kakilala magtuturo dito.
Iba. So, I can imagine if yung kakilala mo in a place that you have never been is, for example, kapatid or kamag-anak mo, bukod sa mabigyan ka ng mga tips and advices, ano sila, kumbaga, they genuinely
Accept you.
care.
Oh, open
Yeah,
hand.
open, welcome you with open arms talaga.
Paano kayo napunta sa Melbourne? Tapos dito kayo nag-stay?
Yes, so Sydney, daming lipat, nakakapagod.
Nahilo na nga ako. Nasaan na ba tayo?
Nahilo ka na, diba? Ako rin. So,
Sa Melbourne na to?
Yeah, so in Sydney, we stayed there for 7 months, I think. So I worked there for about 6 months. It's a consulting firm for small to medium-sized businesses. So it's more on, giving advices on how to set up your business and then put processes and procedures and then making sure na the minds and yung thinking, yung thought process ng mga business owners are really pumped up. So during that time I was working, my husband followed us na in Sydney kasi he was left in Singapore for a few months. And then when he arrived, he looked for work, but unfortunately, he didn't find the work that he wanted to sa Sydney. But luckily enough, he got an interview in Melbourne.
Oh.
Yeah, so medyo nagtatalo pa kami noon. Sabi ko, I don't wanna move again. Kararating lang natin.
Wala ka siyang work.
Yun nga lang. So the only consideration that time is syempre kailangan niya talaga magka-work. And between the two of us, if we talk about career, occupation, yung occupation niya is medyo hard to find.
Mas demanding.
Yes, kasi hard to find kasi ano siya, software engineer siya eh. And then yung industry is automotive. So it's more specific than mine. Kasi ako as an HR professional and quality professional then I can go to any types of industries eh. 'Di ba? Literally. So, okay, sige. Mas flexible ako. So, nung natanggap siya and all, then we decided to move here in Melbourne.
Sunod na lang siya.
Yes. So, nauna siya. Nauna siya kasi mag-start na siya in a week, I think. Kasi parang gusto na siya mag-start agad. But then I have to resign muna from my work and render yung period of resignation. So, I was I think that was just a couple of weeks lang naman that I first experienced to become a single mom kasi my son is with me. So
kasi nandito si husband.
Yes, so my husband went here, then my son stayed with me. So I drop in school every day, then go to work and then fetch him and then feed him and everything. But yeah, it was very tiring but was at the same time we're very excited kasi we know that, when we move here, my husband will have a job. And eventually, I know that I will have a job as well.
Mailang months bago siyempre pagdating mo sa Melbourne, wala ka pang work?
Wala pang work, oo. Siyempre, we settled muna a bit. Siyempre, yung school ng bata, and then yung bahay. We're very fortunate kasi...
May friend na naman.
Oo.
Meron niya.
Ay, di. Wala akong friend. Wala kaming kilala dito sa Melbourne at all. Wala
so
talaga.
Parang ito yung simula talaga.
Ito talaga,
Kasi
talagang
Sydney,
it's like a blank space for us.
Sa Sydney may friend na
tumulong. Sa Sydney meron eh, oo eh. Tapos, dito, wala talaga kaming kilala. But we're very fortunate enough that while I was in Sydney and my husband just arrived here, we were able to secure a lease agreement for a house. So that when me and my son arrived here in Melbourne, after a week, we are able to move in the house that we rented that time. And all our things na binili namin dahil nag-rent kami sa Sydney ng isang house din, pina-transport ko na lang here. So, yun. So, muna kami, naranasan namin na mag-hotel muna. Budget hotel lang ha, don't get me wrong. Budget hotel for a week. I think that was, a week or so. Pero hindi lalagpas ng 2 weeks. Budget hotel muna kami. So mo yun, may isang bed lang dyan. Tapos
Ganito talaga sa simula.
Oo, ganun talaga yun, di ba, sa simula. But, and then after a couple of weeks, I think, we were able to move into the new house. Tapos yung mga gamit din, dumating na.
Ito yung bahay nyo hanggang ngayon or...
No, so that
was... na naman.
I know, right? That was our first rented house. Sa Melbourne. So, we stayed there for, I think, a good couple of years or so in that area. So, there were a lot of memories there kasi yun yung talagang house that we lived that long. That it's just me, my husband, and my son.
Yun talaga simula.
Yes, simula talaga. Kasi back in Sydney, it was very short lang. So, simula dun, nakitira muna kami sa isang kakilala na kaibigan sa isang kwarto, and then we moved to a house with, I think, 3 bedrooms na kami lang 3. Pero short-lived lang kasi we need to move in Melbourne naman. So, yun. So, 2 years there, and then, the house that we were renting, the owner was planning to sell it, so we have to move again. So, move na naman. Naranasan mo rin?
Move na naman. Oo, sa kami. Siguro pangatlong bahay namin. Yung bahay, siyempre, nare-rent lang. Tapos, gulat kami, naayos. Yung pala kaya naayos, ibebenta nung
Kasi
may-ari.
ibebenta na. So same with us. So
We have to move. So,
oo, we
ganun
have
talaga.
to move. But look, you know what? That time when we were told na we have to move, syempre, of course, we have to find another lease, no, house for lease. But at the same time, that was, I think, the light bulb moment for me and my husband
Na
to plan to buy a
Buy a
house.
house.
Yes. So that was when we started to, aside from looking for a new rental property, we started to canvas what could be our options to get our
rent
own
again or-
house.
or buy a
Yes.
house. Ah.
So, yun, ang gandang experience din nun because it's also our first time that we, it's a journey actually, I might say. Magandang experience yun kasi, me and my husband, we work on it together to find kung ano yung saan merong properties.
Hindi kayo
Nag-enjoy
naging tag
kami.
team, ah.
Oo. Actually, nag-enjoy kami that time.
Enjoy the process of...
Yeah, ganun pala yun. If you're, between husband and wife. If you're building a family talaga, no, and, ganun din yung house din. So, we went to different, builders, different, anong tawag din, yung mga land na dine-develop. Yun. So,
bago nag-settle sa... dito.
yes, oo. So, yun. And then, at the same time, we moved in a different house then. Also, in the same suburb then, pero different na. But during our stay there in that house, siguro it's a good 2 years din that we stayed in that house.
Bago kayo
2 to 3 years.
Bago kayo nakabili ng sa inyo.
So, after a year that we moved in the new house, yung rental property, that's when we bought a land.
Ano, napunta si Kristine sa isang MF Auto Prestige na negosyo.
Yes, okay. So, MF, for all those who don't know, MF stands for Melbourne Family.
Oh.
Yes. So, it started kasi when we moved in Melbourne, yung school ng anak ko, there was a Filipina there na nagkatinginan lang kami. Would you imagine? Nagkatinginan lang kami and then we know that we are both Filipinos. And then yun, doon na nagsimula yung friendship.
Akala ko na nagsimula yung negosyo.
Hindi pa.
Titigang...
Friendship pa lang.
Ah.
That eventually, became like, parang family na din. Parang ganun.
So
Yun.
classmate to ng anak mo or...
Hindi sila magkaklase, pero same school sila.
Ah.
So yun na, and it just so happened na they are a group of Filipino mechanics. So grupo sila, so medyo madami sila talaga. And it just so happened na me and my husband naman, kami lang yung iba yung field.
Mm-hmm.
Pero from then on, lagi may occasion, kain sa bahay, every weekend. So you can imagine like every time we gather, there are a bunch of mechanics there. Kwentuhan, always talking about
kotse,
about
makina.
their job. Di ba? Kung saan sila work, ano mga ginagawa nila. And then, knowing Filipinos, di ba, parang we always say na kung tayo gumawa niyan, ang ganda talaga. Mga ganun ba?
So
diba?
doon nagsimula yung idea.
Yes. So, always ganun yung usapan. But, look, COVID came. Syempre, during COVID naman, I think most people nagkaroon ng maraming realizations di ba? During COVID, nung patapos na, doon kami nag-start na magsabi na, paano kaya kung magtayo tayo ng sarili nating workshop?
Yung salitang, paano kaya?
Yes, it all started with that. Paano kaya, kung ganyan. So, yung dalawa naming closest friend na mechanics, sila yung kumausap sa aming mag-asawa. Kasi, syempre, over the years, they know kung ano rin yung trabaho ko. And over the years then, in Singapore pa lang, and when I moved Sydney and Melbourne, bilang HR professional, lagi ka namang directly reporting to the business owner himself. So, parang I gained a lot of knowledge and experience directly from business owners. So, I can say na siguro when it comes to small to medium businesses,
may alam ka ng...
May alam
ano
na
ka
ako,
ng-
but not hands-on kasi I'm not the owner.
Oo.
But running it, and yung either operations or on a strategic level or compliance, and even yung sa pagdating sa mga sa ownership and legalities, ganyan. So, na-expose ako talaga since Singapore days pa lang. Yes, and the very, very important job that I had here in Australia before ko itayo yung business, that is a medical recruitment firm that I worked for about almost 3.5 years. I think 3 to 3.5 years, where I am directly reporting to the business owner. And the business owner of that firm, he is one of the most intelligent person that I have met. He's a medical doctor by profession here in Australia. So, the business is about medical doctors who are registered in Australia, either residing in Australia or who came from the UK. And wants to work here. So what they do is they deploy doctors to different hospitals or clinics across Australia. So talagang it's a medium-sized business earning, I think, 7 digits
Malaki din.
per year. Yes, and the owner, working with him every day, talagang I get to learn a lot from him, even his thought process. But not the intelligence maybe, because that's inborn. So, yun talaga nahasa talaga. So, when we started, when we thought of creating a business, doon namin naisip na, doon sinabi nila sa akin na, they know their capabilities, they know they're good mechanics. Pinoy tayo syempre, di ba? Magaling talaga pag Pinoy, mabusisi, matyaga. So, kailangan lang nila ng someone who will, create the business, build it, and then grow it.
Kailan simula ito na 2000?
So, that was just a bit after COVID. That was in early 2022.
2022?
Yes.
So, matagal na rin pala
Matagal na rin. Well, that was just the formulation.
Kailan nag-start talaga na may aim of auto?
Pero, syempre, after researches, a lot of researches, market research, and then yung research mo rin kung paano mo itatayo, what are the legal requirements, or kung paano yung mga suppliers and all, paano yung manpower and stuff, and especially saan yung location, kasi it's very hard to find a location talaga.
Kung magtatayo kayong negosyo, location daw ang mahalaga.
Yes, napakahalaga ng location. Isa yan sa mga talagang inuna namin, because not only that location will really matter on what market you are looking for, but also it has to really be a place na magko-comply sa requirements ng business mo. So for us, sa automotive workshop, may mga hoist kami. So the height itself is very important, 'di ba? And then syempre yung area, kailangan mapagkasya mo din kung ilang hoist, 'di ba? Yeah, so that was between February 2022 to finally up to May. So Feb, March, April, 4 months in the making.
Wow. 9 months wala.
Pero yung 4 months na yun, all of us have full-time jobs. So what we did was
so may work ka pa?
Yes, full-time. Full-time.
Ito yung tanong. Ngayon, full-time ka na ba ngayon sa MF Auto or may work ka pa din?
Yes, since day 1 of trading operations, full-time na kami.
So nag-resign ka dun sa...
Yes.
Ano yung... Ito yun, kasi sigurado maraming makaka-relate dito. May mga trabaho full-time, tapos may negosyo on the side.
Yeah.
Tapos ngayon wala nang trabaho, full-time na sa negosyo. Ano yung thought process mo doon? Paano mo na mag-decide na, alisin ko na to, full-time ako sa business?
Yes. Importante kasi sa amin yung execution ng services namin. Kasi for us, gusto namin sa simula pa lang maganda na talaga yung delivery namin. Kasi if we will sacrifice yung quality ng gawa, it will either make it or break it at some point. And hindi mo alam, baka mamaya, ang aga pa lang, break na agad kayo ng business, 'di ba? So sayang naman lahat sayang naman lahat ng investment of money, time, effort, 'di ba? Sayang. So we all decided na sige, let's give it a try. Total magre-risk din naman tayo. Let's risk it once and for all.
So, all in.
So all in tayo para kaming
Pusoy.
pusoy. All in na, 'di ba? All in na, it's now or never. Because I think importante as a business owner talaga, you know your goal, may vision ka kung anong gusto mong ma-achieve. If you want, if goals are clear, vision is clear, pero how you get there is unclear, makaka-apekto dun sa goals mo at saka sa vision mo, di ba? So,
maganda yun,
Oo.
Hindi ko na lang maulit, pero maganda yung sinabi. I-remind nyo na lang.
Oo. So, look, I'm not saying you will fail, but I'm saying na what I just want to say is, you might fail, yes, but you might also delay your success kung hindi mo sisimulan ng maganda, no? Pwede ka pa rin maging successful, walang problema. Depende naman yun sa effort, time, and resources mo. Pero it might delay lang. Kasi para sa amin that time, ang laki ng market that time. Kasi after COVID, ang daming hindi nakapagpa-service. Ang daming hindi nakapagpa-repair. Diba? So this is, for us, the climate that time, talaga, good timing talaga. And true enough naman, siguro that's why nandito pa kami hanggang ngayon. Malaking bagay na napabilis namin yung journey namin sa MFO.
4 months lang.
What do you mean 4 months?
4 months lang from execution.
Yung planning, yung formulation ng idea namin, then planning, and then execution. 4 months. 4 months yun. Every weekend yun, we have we either meet personally or we have a video call. Kasi it involves a lot of things, even the legalities din, kasi we have a shareholders agreement. Yung pa pala, very important yun. Kung if you're entering into a partnership, importante ang mga legal documents na yan. Very important.
Very, very important siya. Maraming mga istorya na maganda at medyo hindi maganda dahil sa mga partnership. Importante yan.
Yes.
Tanong ko sana, ano yung mga challenges sa negosyo, lalo na sa...
Challenges? Madami. Saan ko ba sisimulan?
Tatlo lang.
Tatlo lang. Okay. As new business owner, siguro, ang isa sa mga challenges siguro is, part doon yung proseso na kakapain nyo rin yung isa't isa.
Paano ka magsisimula?
Diba? Like, how would you know kung itong partner, itong tao na to will work well with you, will work well with the other person, paano yung quality ng gawa, anong tao, diba? You'll never know until you're there. Yan. So, isa yun sa challenges. But, luckily enough, naman kami, we survived the test of time. So, happy naman kami doon. Syempre, hindi perfecto, pero ang importante, patuloy pa rin yung MFO to. So, that's one. And then second is, ang challenge is, syempre, I will not, hindi na ako mag-sugarcoat pa. Pagkuha ng customers. Yes, because it's a brand new business.
So, sino maniniwala?
Yes, sino maniniwala? Wala pa kami napapatunayan, di ba? It's a brand new business, and then at the same time, it's a European car specialist. And I believe in Melbourne, we're the first one to build a European car specialist na automotive workshop. Yeah, so bago rin yun sa pandinig ng, for example, mga Pilipino, for example. So, isa yun, yung paghanap ng customers, challenge yun. Siyempre, that's where, lalabas na yung marketing strategy mo. What are the platforms that you need to use. Yes. And, I think the best thing na pwede kong sabihin, based on our experience is, I think the most important na naging, avenue namin to market is, lalo na sa mga Pilipino, no, is yung having that connection dun sa customer mismo. Connection in a sense na not too personal, but a personal connection in a sense na parang nagkakilala kayo, alam mo yon, parang nagkaroon kayo ng connection na alam mo na ito yung tao na to, di ba? Kahit paano, mag-uusap kayo na, kamusta yung family, ganun ba?
Parang Filipino hospitality.
Yes, so yung Filipino hospitality spirit na sinasabi. So I think that's one of the very, very effective way na nakakuha kami ng mga customers, especially sa Filipino communities. Yun. And that also works with other nationalities kasi our customer base is not only Filipinos, but mixed naman siya. Oo. I think sa inyo din, the EDS, di ba?
So, hindi na kami specific sa
Filipino. Kasi, syempre, we have to be kumbaga, kung nasan yung magbe-benefit sa business, syempre, doon tayo.
Oo. So, lagi mo naloloko yung asawa ko. Basta yung sentence, may dollar sa dulo. Makikinig kami dyan. Joke lang.
With both ears, So, yun siguro, yung pagkuha ng customer. And then, thirdly, I think is, yung challenge ng, what do you call this, yung pagiging, if not on top, yung pagsabay sa competitors. Kasi being a new business, syempre, importante rin sa amin, even before we build MF Auto, we look at the competitors na rin what they do, what they offer, and then, paano ba kami, alam mo yun, makakasabay sa kanila. Because let's face it, may competition talaga. But for us, we take it as a challenge, but on the other side, for us, competition is good. Diba? Yun yung para. Siguro yun.
Anong advice mo dun sa mga, hindi naman sa mga Pinoy, yung sa mga in general?
In general.
Na gusto rin magnegosyo, lalo na pumasok din sa auto mechanic na negosyo.
Oo, okay. In general, siguro yung mga gusto magtayo ng negosyo, importante talaga is very clear yung idea mo kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. Yes, kasi at the end of the day, kung hindi naman pala talaga yan yung gusto mong gawin.
Sasabay ka lang dahil ito
Sasabay ka lang because ito yung uso, di ba? Parang may tendency na, at the end of the day, parang ayoko naman yung ginagawa ko, tapos you will back off. Alam mo yun? Or mag-back out ka na lang totally. Sayang yung effort, time, and money. So, yun yung importante. But, of course, may proseso yan. Hindi siya basta-basta. And part of the process is, syempre, mag-research ka, ano ba yung mga importanteng gawin. Like, may kailangan ka bang i-register sa government, ganyan. Or ATO, for example, di ba? ABN, yun yung TFN, ABN. Or depende kung anong klaseng, anong structure ng business mo, kung sole trader ka ba, partnership, or corporation, something. So, you have to know all these things. And it's, pati yung mga licenses or council approvals. Very important yan.
So, yung mga payo mo sa mga gustong magnegosyo, tuloy natin doon.
So aside from those that I mentioned, thirdly, importante that you seek professional advice. Yes, so from accountant, lawyers, if need be, and also those people who are already in the business that you are wanting to build, magandang makakausap din ng ganun and ask for advices. And also, there are also business coaches and mentors that you can engage para, they can give you sound advice and, when you build a business and so that yun yung magiging guidance mo, so that when you make a decision, magiging informed decision. It's not something na hinulaan mo lang or feeling mo lang, 'di ba? Or sabi lang ng kapitbahay mo or kaibigan mo. It's best to really seek professional advice talaga. And look, it might cost, a little bit more for you, but it will be worth it eventually. Yun. So,
kasi may negosyo, based on feeling.
Oo. So, look, siguro, depende siguro kung anong klaseng negosyo yung gusto mong itayo, no? But if it's an business na something na medyo, it involves really a substantial amount.
Oo, ngayon pala, puhunan.
Puhunan.
Pwede bang hindi sagutin? Laki-laki ang puhunan ng isang auto mechanic na negosyo.
Well, basically because yung location
Yung
pa
gamit.
lang namin,
Oo,
yung
yung
gamit pa lang talaga, you really have to invest. And for us, yung technology din, very important. So we made sure that we are using mga top of the line na mga brands and models ng mga gamit namin, whether mapamachine man yan, or equipment, or tools. So, maganda that you invest on it kasi may long-term return naman yon. So, yun. When we talk about puhunan, look, hindi siya biro, but it's just something na enough lang to start a business. And then, wag matakot, hindi naman kailangan na meron ka kagad na milyones sa bulsa mo. Basta alam mo lang na kaya importante yung preparation before you enter a business, no? Kasi yung financial preparation mo, mafo-forecast mo na rin that when you start, ito yung kailangan mo, and then eventually kapag nagte-trading ka na, ito yung papasok sa'yo, pwede ka na magtabi kahit papano. Yun. And maganda rin kasi maganda rin kasi marami ring options to get funds Marami ring options. So pwedeng sa kaibigan, kamag-anak, pero don't forget may bangko. Use them. 'Di ba?
Yung mga debate na good debt saka bad debt.
Yes, magandang topic 'yan. So, importante 'yon na alam mo rin kung saan ka pwedeng kumuha ng resources mo. That's why the best na people na mag-a-advise sa'yo where to get fund resources is syempre professional, mga accountants. So yun, kaya malaking tulong sila.
Ano yung mga ino-offer ng mga services ino-offer ng MF Auto?
MF Auto. Yes, so MF Auto Prestige, we cater a lot of European cars. Mostly Volkswagen, Audis, Skoda, whatever is in the Volkswagen group, but also Mercedes-Benz and BMW. But of course, welcome din naman yung other brands. Kayang-kaya din naman ng MF Auto yan. So, meron kaming, of course, from yung mga logbook service, or car service and maintenance, we have that. We look after your brake system, even tires and wheel alignment, meron din kami. We also look after even suspension, steering, transmission, and all engine and mechanical repairs we do. Even yung palit ng engine, palit ng transmission. So, yung mga yun, ginagawa namin. And of course, we're very good in car diagnostics. Especially that we are using top of the line diagnostic scan. That's from that's a European UK brand. Yun ang gamit namin, and also meron din kaming pre-purchase car inspection, which is very timely to say pala, if I may insert.
Sige, ano yung
pre-purchase inspection of used car.
Oh.
Yes, kasi napapansin ko, marami na po sa social media, di ba?
Bago bumili
ng mga used car. Nako, very important na meron kayong kasamang qualified Australian mechanic to have a look at the car bago kayo bumili. That's because they can give you an advice kung ano yung condition ng kotse. And if may mga kailangan gawin or kung ano yung mapipick up ng roadworthy inspector, pwede niya kayong bigyan ng advice. And look, if you get an advice from a qualified mechanic, magkakaroon kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung mga dapat gawin or kung may cost ba yun na kapalit, diba? So, like sa amin, if we do that, we run a diagnostic scan as well, so we will know if there's any vehicle fault in the system. We can give you, a recommendation kung ano yung mga problema, and then we can give you a quote, diba? And then magkakaroon ka ng idea how much would that take you to really get the car, kung yun talaga yung gusto mo, di ba? Or, whether you should not get the car at all. Di ba? So, in that case, kapag meron ka ng idea kung magkano ba yung magagastos mo dyan, you can actually haggle it with the seller.
Based on sa recommendation.
Yes, so you can tell the seller, look, the mechanic found this, and then this will cost me this much, and you're selling me this. Maybe we can compromise. You know? So, things like that. So, yun, very important yun. Kasi napansin ko lang naman, dahil recently, ang dami naghahanap ng used cars.
Ito bagong service niyan.
No, it's been there ever since we started. Yeah, but I think to those who are new in Australia, for example, mga international students then, wala basic necessity ang kotse. So, here in Melbourne alone. So, baka hindi pa lang nila alam. So, it's really good for them to know then. Kasi,
may service na ganun pala.
Yes, may service na ganun. Look, there are other workshops who offer that service. So yun, pwede naman nilang ma-contact din yun. So, yun, aside from pre-purchase car inspection, ang latest sa amin is we just finished and was issued an accreditation to become a licensed vehicle tester. Ito yung tinatawag na roadworthy inspector in layman's term.
Kasi
Yes.
pag mayroong kotse, bago mabili, dapat may roadworthy certificate.
Yes. So before i-transfer yung ownership ng used car, dapat may roadworthy certificate yon. That's where we can come in. So we can do the roadworthy inspection and then issue a certificate of roadworthiness if it complies with the standards of Vic roads. Yes. So we just finished the course last week. So we are anticipating the license, the actual license to be released within the month of June.
Malapit na.
Malapit na.
Hintay lang kayo sa mga international student na pag kailangan nyo ng roadworthy certificate.
Yes.
MMF Auto.
Yes. So yun, those are our services. Ano pa ba? Meron pa ba? Yeah. So anything about cars, we can definitely have that. Except for mga panel beating, wala kami niyan. Those are for body shops.
Body shops.
Yes. O, tsaka yung meron din kasing mga gusto magpa-modify ng sasakyan. So, it really depends on what modification it is. So, there are things that we can modify. But in terms of, attaching parts lang naman. But modification na medyo heavy na, hindi kami pa pwede sa ganun. Kasi it requires a different, I don't know if there's a license or something. Yan.
Ito naman, doon sa mga kwentuhan natin na yun, medyo madami kailangan gawin, medyo mabigat pinagdaanan. Uulitin mo pa ba kung gusto mo uling magtayo ng negosyo as MF Auto?
Magtayo ng negosyo as MF Auto? Oo, uulitin ko pa. Yes na yes. Kasi, above anything else, sa MF Auto kasi, what I really like most about it is yung having connection with people. Yun talaga. And seeing them happy when they leave the workshop.
Medyo may self-fulfillment.
Yeah, may self-fulfillment talaga. Kasi it just so happened that kami talaga, what they call it, we're people-oriented. And it really feels good for us if we know that we help somebody. So, we know that there is monetary value na involved, but yung mga clients namin or customers namin, a lot of them come to us na may problema yung sasakyan, and then when they leave us, we put a smile on their face. Happy na kami doon. Happy kami. So, look, there are different types of personalities, but fortunately enough, until this day, okay naman lahat ng mga naging customers namin, and clients namin. So, we're very happy. We don't only have individual customers or sa shop, but we also have mga companies that goes to us. So, meron dyang may mga 12 vehicles, yung iba mga 10 vehicles that comes to us. There are a company naman that's Filipino-owned, who also bring their car to us for service and repair. So, Yun. So, madaming klase ng customers. Basta importante sa amin, happy sila paglabas.
Natulungan niyo sila.
Natulungan namin sila. We're very happy at that. And I think it validates our, pakiramdam kasi we have a lot of repeat customers.
Oh, ay.
Yes.
Meron pong pagkakataon na yung may client ka o may pangyayari dun sa business niyo. May client na parang kumurot sa'yo. Yung you're so happy na nagawa mo sa kanya yun.
Oo.
May naisip ka bang yan?
Oo. Meron, syempre. Madami. Kasi mababaw lang ang kaligayahan namin eh. Kahit ako
konting istorya na.
Oo, so
hindi makabayad, ganun.
Oo, meron din. Oo.
Without naming sino man siya.
Oo, but look, one of our customers kasi bago lang siya sa Australia. And then, of course, when you're new in Australia, in Melbourne, syempre magsisettle down ka. And one of the basics, sabi ko nga, sasakyan talaga. Kasi going from one point to another point, diba, parang, merong public transportation, but it's not all the time. It's available and accessible. So, importante yung sasakyan sa kanya. So, when he came to us, yun nga lang, yung sasakyan kasi gamit na. So pagdating sa amin, talaga, may malaking problema. So it's actually sa transmission. So you can imagine how much yung yung kailangang bayaran. So but then at that time yung taong yun, wala talaga siyang option na iba kung hindi ipagawa. Kasi kung bibili siya ng panibago, it will cost him a lot din naman. So yun, nakiusap siya na kung pwede, installment. But disclaimer, we don't really have an installment. It's a case-to-case basis.
Okay.
Depende lang talaga. So, ang sa amin talaga is, pay when you collect the car. Yan talaga. So,
pero at that instance, you feel na...
Kaya lang, oo eh. That's why I said,
genuine.
Very important yung connection with people. Kasi you will feel na talagang genuine. And kung genuine naman talaga yung pangangailangan, kung kaya naman, kahit papaano, why not, diba? So, ayun, to the point na he was saying na kahit kuhanin ko daw yung passport niya, yung ganun ba? So, I was really moved dun sa story niya. So, parang, sige, pinayagan ko naman. And then, and the job was done. And then, he was able to pay on time. Actually, maaga pa nga eh. So, was very happy. And then, yun lang, nagkakataon, nakikita kami in a couple of places, and he always tells me na, yun nga, na papasalamat siya, and lagi niyang binabanggit na kung hindi dahil sa nangyari na paggawa ng sasakyan, hindi siya makakausad. So, ngayon, I believe he is, doing well. And, yun, alam ko, due for service na yung kotse na. So, babalik siya ulit ang alam.
Balikan na kung sino ko man.
So, yun, nakakatawa. It really moved me kasi, helping someone na magsimula, malaking bagay. Mahirap magsimula eh. Alam naman natin lahat yan.
Dumaan tayo sa...
Dumaan tayo sa ganyan.
Ito na lang, last questions na lang natin. Ano yung maipapayo mo? Words of wisdom before we end our kwentuhan. In general lang, matutunan mo about business, about life, dito sa Australia.
Words of wisdom? Ano ba? Meron ba ako nun?
Sense of adventure. Lagi kayong nag-move. Tapos, take the risk of business.
Oo. Siguro, since na tinayo tong business, no, lang talaga, you really have to trust yourself talaga. Kasi if you will not trust yourself na kaya mong gawin ng isang bagay na ganito, for example, business, wala namang ibang maniniwala sa iyo eh. Paano maniniwala sa iyo yung client mo or yung customer mo if you yourself don't trust yourself that you can do it and you're capable of doing something. 'Di ba? Siguro yun yung pinaka importante na natutunan ko along the process ng pagtayo ng business until now, na kailangan simulan ko sa sarili ko. Siyempre, sa business partner ko rin, si Joben. Hi, Joben. Sinimulan namin sa sarili namin talagang maniwala. And then, it just flowed na lang. And hanggang ngayon, nandito yung MF Auto.
Praise God, nandito pa rin.
Yes.
Forever pa, nandyan ang MF Auto.
Sana.
Paano nila kayo makukontak at saan kayo na makikita?
Okay, MF Auto Prestige located in Factory 10 2-8 Nordy Road in Lynbrook. If you're familiar with Lynbrook Hotel, we're very close to Lynbrook Hotel. So you can see us along South Gippsland Highway. We're open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays or holidays by appointment only. Sundays, I'm sorry, close kami kasi pahinga talaga kami.
Kailangan mo din mahinga.
Oo nga, syempre. Lalo na our mechanics, they're very tired for the whole week kasi very physical yung job and very demanding eh. So, if you want to ring us, call us at 0411-952-000 or you can make a booking online or ask a request online as well. Our website is mfautoprestige.com. You can also visit our Facebook page, MF Auto Prestige, or Instagram account, MF Auto Prestige. Yan.
Yan. Sa lahat ng mga social media accounts niya, follow niyo na lang siya.
Yes, thank you.
Maraming salamat, Kristine, sa ating kwentuhan. Sana may natutunan yung ating mga audience dyan kung gustong magkaroon ng negosyo. At kung may mga tanong pa kayo, message niyo lang kami. Salamat. Salamat, Kristine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.